patterns and independent use of the data. Here's how the concrete design patterns create that friction, using the reader view failure as the clear example and extending to the related patterns that appeared in this exchange. 1. Dynamic client-side rendering, the reader view case. The page is a single-page application. The conversation text does not exist in the initial HTML the browser receives. Scripts run after load, fetch the messages, and insert them into the page. Reader view and similar tools work by reading the static HTML structure. When the content appears only after JavaScript executes, those tools find almost nothing to extract. The result is that a user cannot quickly obtain a clean, stripped, offline readable version of the exchange. Effect on sovereignty. You cannot easily produce a durable, searchable, annotation-friendly copy without extra steps. The record remains tied to the live, authenticated session. Independent tools that assume ordinary web documents fail. Control over the text as a stable artifact is reduced. 2. Absence of simple native bulk or per conversation export. There is no one-click button inside the interface that downloads a full conversation history or even a single chat as a portable, structured file such as Markdown, plain text, or clean PDF. The available official route is a full account data request that returns JSON in a zip, which requires later processing. Manual copy-paste or browser print to PDF remain the zero-tool options. Effect on sovereignty. Retaining a complete, usable archive demands either manual labor or third-party extensions. The data stays inside the platform's presentation layer unless the user performs extra work. Moving the history to a personal vault, another tool, or long-term storage is friction-heavy. Portability is limited by design of the interface, not by technical impossibility. 3. Session-bound and authentication-gated presentation. Content is rendered only after login and is continuously updated by live scripts. Static snapshots, public archival crawls, or simple offline mirrors are difficult or incomplete. Effect on sovereignty. The conversation exists primarily as a live service view, rather than as a user-owned document. If the session, account, or platform state changes, access to the record can be interrupted. The user cannot treat the history as an independent object they fully possess and can examine, share, or preserve without ongoing platform mediation. 4. Cascading practical consequences. These patterns compound. Harder clean extraction, harder personal archiving, hardy weaker ability to audit past exchanges, quote accurately later, or move data elsewhere. Dependence on the live interface, reduced resilience if features change, access is limited, or the service is unavailable. Need for third-party tools or manual work. Extra cost, risk, or effort placed on the user who wants independent control. In sovereignty terms, the architecture keeps the primary, usable form of the record inside the platform's controlled environment. The user can view it while connected and authenticated, but converting it into a form they fully own, can search offline, can annotate freely, or can transport without friction requires overcoming the interface's defaults. Trade-offs that exist alongside the limits. Real-time streaming, instant updates, interactive controls, and certain security or anti-abuse measures are easier to implement in a dynamic, session-bound application. Those capabilities come at the cost of the static, portable document model that older web pages or dedicated export features would provide. The net result for a user who prioritizes independent retention and control is increased dependence on the platform's current rendering and access rules. The reader view failure is simply the most immediate illustration. A standard browser tool that works on ordinary documents is blocked by the way the page is constructed. The same underlying choices, dynamic injection, limited native export services, session-centric design, produce the broader pattern of friction around retaining and independently using the chat record.